Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. I'm Billy, the host. Welcome back to the show. 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 I'm Billy, the host.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Billy, the host. We're joined today by producer Trent Ludzack.
Hello.
We are in Trent's Unnamed studio in beautiful Marietta, Georgia. And today we have a very special guest, Miss Kymmi Tea, my cousin.
Hey, a little round of applause for the family reunion coming back full circle.
I don't even know what was the origin of that. My mom was at the red hair show that you were on, and,
Right.
And then you told her that we were cousins or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I was like, let me shock her. We're related.
You can obviously see the family resemblance.
Duh.
My mom was one of those blindside ladies growing up, though, so she really liked that.
No, I know. She was totally with it. She brought potato salad and everything. She was like, girl, you haven't had potato salad.
We were like, my mom's, she loves sports. So when my brother was in high school, he was a football player. And so all the football players would come over to our house for like dinner and stuff like that. And she would be like Mama Dukes.
Oh, I love it. See, why did I miss that part growing up? All the football players were there. Did any of them make it?
Yes. Jarek McKinnon was on my high school football team. I only played freshman and sophomore year, and then I quit because I realized I'm not tough.
You know what? Actually, that was a very tough realization. So give yourself a little bit more credit, Billy.
Yep. I remember the moment too. What's he? Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, he.
Oh, okay. Hey, Jared.
He's a football player.
Yeah, and
But let's get into these stats and really start tearing him down.
Well, the truth is, he was really good, and he was obviously good in high school, but it wasn't like, oh, this guy's going to go to the NFL. It was like there were other kids on the team that were kind of the stars, and he was very good. But then after, like, college, they really started noticing him and how good he was.
Okay.
And then another guy, Brendan Trawick, played for the Ravens, and he was also in my he was a little older than me, but he was a senior when I was a freshman, I want to say. Yeah, Trawick. He played for the Baltimore Ravens and I guess Tennessee Titans, it looks like. Brendan was a really funny guy too. He had a great sense of humor.
Nice.
But I was terrible. I remember the day I
Bro,
realized
that guy looks so much older than the first guy.
Right. He's
That
like,
guy-
I've been playing.
Only a 2-year difference. Only a 2-year difference. But man, that 2 years really shows in this picture right
he's
here.
way taller though. I think Jarek it said he was like 5'9". I think Brendan's like 6'2" or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Much bigger.
born in Marietta, Georgia.
Yeah,
What
went to
school was
Sprayberry.
this?
Sprayberry High School.
Oh, okay. Okay, where the Denzel movie was shot.
Yeah. Remember the Titans?
Yes.
We used to watch that movie like whenever the teacher was hungover or whatever.
Okay, what a great reference, but I love Remember the Titans. That was a really good movie. So none of the white players made it from there? Or because everybody you've referenced has been black.
You know they didn't.
I mean, I gotta ask. He's like, yo, I quit in sophomore year because them black guys was hitting hard as shit.
Yeah, born in 1989. I was born in 92.
Okay, got you. Okay, well, kudos to them.
I was. We were at summer training camp. Yeah, I was right. 6'2".
6'2".
Oh, yeah.
I was at summer training camp, and I was a freshman. I was playing wide receiver. I was terrible. I knew I was terrible. I went out for a pass. The pass was a little bit high. I caught the ball like over my head. In my mind, I got real excited that I caught the ball. And then before I knew it, I was getting speared by a senior. I went 10 feet this way. The ball went 10 feet that way. And then I'm sitting there staring at the sky on the ground with like seeing stars. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not a football player.
Y'all can have that ball. I don't even like balls.
I think like musical theater might be my thing.
I'm gonna tell jokes. That's what I'm gonna be a funny guy. I'm
And
with
then,
you.
Yeah, I was like, I went home. I told my mom, I was like, I don't want to play football
No.
anymore. This sucks.
Did she give you any like pushback?
Nah, she knew.
Right.
My parents knew, but my dad was a big track runner in college.
Okay.
He went to college on a full track scholarship, and my brother was captain of the football team, and he was a track runner, and he played like he would fill in for a local baseball team when they needed someone, and so very sports oriented family.
Right. Nice.
My mom did gymnastics in college and stuff, so
Oh, cute.
yeah.
So are you still athletic or?
I would say I like to be active, but
Mm.
very much like I don't want to get hit. I don't want to fight anybody.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep them to your sides.
Another thing I realized in sports, though, was that some of the kids on the football team that you would see around school, you know, high school kids, they'll kind of get this idea that maybe just because somebody doesn't do great in class that they're not smart or intelligent. And I realized that it takes a lot of intelligence to be good at football, especially defense, and that some of these guys that I thought were stupid weren't stupid. They were just smart in a different way. And so that was a nice little wake-up call for me.
That was one you just gave me. Thank you.
Well, you know, I don't think there's obviously people with disabilities and stuff, but I don't think anybody is stupid. I think they just have their own thing that they're good at, and maybe
Right.
they're not good at the same things everybody else is good at.
Right. Well, you know, I grew up in New York, so I'm not like sports savvy at all, but I did hear someone say recently, actually it was about this dude who just got hurt, and I guess they had traded all these players and he got hurt like
Yeah.
what's his name?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Oh man, exactly. And
Everybody's fantasy team.
I'm a
yeah.
Packers fan, so I'm
Okay,
just
yeah.
smiling over here.
Oh man, what a wet dream realized though. Like, god damn, you got hit and hurt and out of it so quickly. But then they were like, you know, because they're like, oh, they got to call in another guy to take his job. But I'm like, there was somebody there to take his job that knew all the plays. But they're like, nah, he's just not good.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, damn.
I wish I could be the guy who just kind of like sits there on the bench, never plays, but gets paid
Right.
NFL money. I'll take that.
Right.
I think the bench
You want to be a
warmers-
kicker,
Yeah, kicker.
like a backup kicker?
I think some college had a girl kicker recently, or maybe it was NFL. I'm not sure.
I'm a pretty good kicker. What else I got to do? Like,
I always thought like the best strategy for any football team would be to like just lay the kicker out, take the penalty for roughing up the kicker, but just knock him out.
Yeah, force him into the garbage kickers,
Yeah.
like the third string kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we lost 30 yards in this, but you're down 2 kickers for the rest of the season.
so y'all really just started talking Japanese to me. I don't know. What,
Oh, you're not allowed to hit the kicker, and if you do, you get a penalty. But I say just hit him. Just lay him
Why?
out, because they're usually like soccer players. They're not that tough, and it's a rule in the game though. Like you can't tackle the kicker.
oh.
Yeah, but how are you going to win in that extra point if you're on like the third string backup?
Bro, how many games have come down to like the kicker making that extra point? So many.
So this is like a dirty strategy.
Yeah, lay that guy out so that you don't have to worry about him later. All you lose is like 15 yards. You can handle that.
This is some dirty
It's just a
shit.
trade-off. No, it's a
Wow.
trade-off. If the NFL didn't want this to happen, they would incentivize it differently.
Yeah, it wouldn't just be a penalty.
This is the clip
It,
right
would,
here.
it wouldn't be. I was about to say it wouldn't be 2 guys in a dark room in Marietta, like strategizing. Like I'm like, this is some bullshit. They're like, no, this is like.
Well, that's why we don't play sports.
We're going to
play
be coaches
video
next
games.
week, though. We're going to be coaching the Falcons. They're going to be like, we need somebody.
Somebody dirty enough to do the job. That's hilarious.
You're not a sports person at all?
Hell no.
Yeah.
No, I grew up in New York, so I definitely don't know football because we don't have enough space for football fields
Yeah.
in New York. It's a basketball city, and You know,
You grew up in Brooklyn, right?
I'm from Queensbridge Projects.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, where Nas, Mobb Deep, and all those.
Those are your
legends are from.
stand-up credits right there.
Yeah, I be like, I know them. I grew up with them. Like, I know Ron Artest. So, you know, a couple of football players. I know a couple of basketball and rappers and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't have football, and like the basketball realm was just like going to the basketball court, meeting hot guys. It wasn't like really trying to sit there and know the game or anything. Like, we were so excited. I lived in a building next to Ron Artest, so I used to go to like all the games from like St. John's on up to Madison Square Garden, and I still can't tell you anything about basketball. I was just like, I just want to meet Allen Iverson. Like, can I meet Allen Iverson? Like, that was my only goal.
You don't need to know the rules to make your way onto the bus.
To be a fucking groupie, you don't gotta know. You don't gotta know shit.
To make your way into the hotel later, you don't need to know the rules.
Nothing.
You need to know how to use Instagram.
That is, it wasn't even Instagram back then, so you could, like, my groupie days were amazing. Okay, like,
what's your AOL?
Exactly. No, we didn't leave traces. I tell everybody, if you don't have a video, it did not happen. and it didn't. So
did you ever do like any theater or acting or music or anything like that?
Yeah, so when I was in New York, I worked first in production, like behind the scenes. I was a makeup artist, stylist. I did location styling for like Viacom companies, and everybody's like, "You're so funny. You should be on camera." And I was like, they don't get paid shit. I like money. No.
Nobody ever tells you that. They're like, you should be a stand-up comedian.
Oh yeah. No, they used to always tell me that. But so what we like, by the time someone gets a Comedy Central special, you know, they would get paid a couple, like $7,000-8,000, and of course we never heard of them at that time. But the reality is, and this is why I love comedy, because it's so subjective. And honestly, I'd be on set and none of us would be laughing at the comics. We would be like, they would literally be like, Kim, you're funnier than them. But the reality is they had an audience to get them to a Comedy Central special. You know what I mean? So I never like feed into the trends and anything, because I've seen people make it that, you know, again, my taste didn't matter. So clearly somebody found them funny. So mind my business. So again, I was working, you know, on these shoots for Comedy Central, doing hair, makeup, and they were like, you should be doing this. And someone suggested that at the time, but I was shy. I didn't like, you know, being in front of a camera. I wasn't like,
Virgo
energy. Exactly. Like, everybody look at me. I'm like,
introverted.
Get the fuck out of my face. Like, I just want to come. I want to make my money. I want to get on about my business and go home, you know, and meet basketball players and be a groupie. You know, like, I'm not out here to, you know, have my business in the public. Like, so a friend of mine was like, you know, you should do a UCB class. And I'm like, what is UCB or whatever? Because I wasn't in that realm. And that's Upright Citizens Brigade. So I filled out for a scholarship, wrote it in my own language.
Okay.
You know. I'm
glad you said that, because I was thinking the University of California, Berkeley.
Yeah, so I went to University of City. What?
I just got really into chemistry for a while.
Right. Like, yeah, I'm super smart.
One of the best music schools in the country.
Went to Upright Citizens Brigade.
That's like a communist group or something?
That is like Harvard. That's like comedy Harvard.
Okay. I'm kidding.
I'm like, Billy, I know you know.
Well, I know New York. I know about New York communists.
I don't.
There's a lot.
Is there?
Especially in like Brooklyn and Queens.
Really?
Well, maybe these days, yeah. Maybe it's more prevalent now, but if you go to like Brooklyn now, you walk around and look at the like telephone poles, there's all these like communist flyers.
Okay, they're weird because who the fuck uses telephones? Do they really want to get their message out? Because, like, I don't think these people really care about who's doing their PR. Like,
Well, those people don't have money to buy a cell phone, I guess.
oh, well, then that's why nobody knows they're there but you, Billy. He's like,
Yeah, they got a farmer doing PR.
clearly, I'm going to go to all the payphones and put a sticker up. That'll show them. Fuck out
Okay,
here,
all
sir.
right. I'm sorry. You went to the.
We just gave them way more airtime than they've ever gotten. Like, are you working with the New York Communist? Billy?
Okay, maybe I made that up.
Okay.
No, I didn't make that up.
No, I know you didn't make that up. He's like, no, I've seen several payphones. These people are about to have an attack.
They're in Atlanta too, though. I've met people who were part of the the communist groups. They make you like protest every week or something. If there's nothing to protest, you got to come up with something. It's wild. Yeah.
They sound like an angry spouse.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, we're gonna make some shit up.
You're not protesting this week?
What?
You were at Trent's house
You
doing
just
what?
Gonna be happy? What? How dare you?
So you went to Upright Citizens Brigade. And
Oh
then
God!
that
Who
was
cares? I want to be a fucking communist now. That shit sounds way more exciting. Yeah, I went to Upright Citizens Brigade. That was great. But how do I sign up to be a communist? Because
I can connect you with some
no,
people.
no, Billy, please.
You do
stop.
have to start using Uber Pool though.
Oh God, because clearly I have a lot of time on my hands.
I'm very I'm curious about all these like groups and stuff. I can find both sides of the spectrum. Like if you want to join like the Ku Klux Klan, I could probably find you those guys too.
No, I don't think. Are they accepting black people in the millennium?
I think these days they're taking anybody.
Anybody? They're
Yeah,
like,
they're probably
fuck it.
pretty desperate for membership these days. I imagine they'll really take. I don't like you, but you can wear the hood.
You can wear the hood. Fuck it. I feel like you would look good. You would make us look good. I think you may bring some more members. You know what? The thing about it is like, and Billy, stop me if I get too Virgo on this. I'm such a Virgo. I hate groups.
Yeah, me too.
I hate groups. Like, I hate groups. I hate cliques. I hate looking like someone, sounding like someone, and we all came together. Like, I used to go out and party, and like first of all, it'd be me and maybe one person, maybe three of us in a group. But like soon as they would start that, like, hey, let's all walk around the club together. Get the fuck, like a gang? We look stupid.
Yeah.
Let's all go to the bathroom together. Like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So like,
I'm not a big fan of crowds.
me either.
And big groups of people. Like when I show up to a comedy show and it's like packed and there's no green room or whatever, I'm like, get me out of here.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
But yeah, I don't know how people fall into these groups. I guess you're just looking for friends and community and stuff like that. But
I relish
yeah,
being semi-liked.
I have a small group of friends. It's a very tight knit group, and I do that pretty much everywhere I go. Like even in comedy, my friend group is very small.
Right.
It's like Trent, Mellow Black, John Chappell, like two other people, and that's it.
Somebody's really mad that you didn't name them right
Probably.
now. They're like, I thought we were fucking.
If you've
No,
never
that's
been
why
to
he
my
said
house-
two others.
I know. Cover his ass.
You're like, oh, I'm one of
He's
those
like,
two.
If you've never been to my house, we're not that close.
Right.
We're friends, but we're not that close.
Right. I feel you. I'm a fucking offended because I've never been in your house and I thought we were family.
If you haven't met my baby yet, we're not that
Right. I feel you. And you know what? We have to have some type of boundaries because, thinking everybody is your friend is weird.
When I was in my worst stage of like alcohol addiction, I was living at a house with like three other dudes and we were throwing house shows, and we would just have like 150 people in our house, but I was getting blackout drunk. So
Wow.
It was like, yeah. I used to drink just to like.
Sounds like selling those tickets, buddy.
It wasn't really tickets, but what we used to do was we would get a keg, and then we would throw a show. It was my band, and we'd throw a show at the house because all the degenerate beatniks will show up to a house show. And then if you wanted to drink from the keg, you had to buy a pre-sale to our next show at the music venue. Swayze's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Marketing.
Yeah, and it was $10 at Swayze's. Every show was $10, no matter who it was, unless like there was some deal where they rented it out. And so then we'd have wristbands, and you'd have to have a wristband. But we had the best house for house shows too, because it had like, you'd walk in the front door, and then to the left was like a living room area, and then there was an even bigger living room connected to the kitchen that had like this raised, like, I don't even know what you would call it, like a balcony thing with a rail and everything. So the bands would play in the living room, and there was like plenty of room for people to stand and watch and run around and mosh.
In the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so wild.
Yeah.
And then y'all would just like go to sleep like nothing happened.
I would pull up a video, but it would take forever to find it, because this was like 2018 was the last one, I think.
Okay.
2017.
Were you with your wife then?
We were dating,
Okay.
and she would come to the shows and stuff. And I met her at a different house show,
Okay.
kind of. Well, I met her through like mutual friends
Right.
in the music scene. But yeah, I really started talking to her when I started going to these house shows that she invited me to.
So y'all been through a lot.
Yeah. And she would always be like, you can come to the show, but you got a carpool. And then me and my friends would all drive our own cars up there, and she would get so mad.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
like 6 cars pulling up.
Oh, yeah. She's like, this is a house show. This is not an arena, sir. Like, what are you doing?
But she used to get just as wild as me. Like, we both calmed down quite a bit.
Nice.
And that's why we dated for like 8 years before we got married, because we were both like party animal
Okay.
children, essentially.
That's what's up. Y'all got it out your system.
Yeah.
Good. But
And
y'all know a trip to like overseas. Y'all know how to cut up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I've never left the country. She has, but I never even been to like Canada or anything.
Oh,
I don't
you
even have
will.
a passport.
Yeah, you will.
But I have toured a lot in the U.S., so I've seen like all 50 states.
Okay.
Almost. Not like North and South Dakota and stuff like that, because
Why?
it's mostly Indian reservations or farms. But all the big cities I've pretty much been to.
You didn't want to see the communist stickers in there. I've seen it. I've seen one communist sticker. I've seen them all.
There was a meme going around about like South Dakota where people were like saying South Dakota's not real or something, and I was like, this is low-key kind of racist, because that's where all the Indian reservations are, and you're just erasing
You're
them.
canceling the damn Indians.
Yeah.
Wow.
You just can't leave them alone, can you?
Yeah. If you've ever shared that South Dakota is not real meme, you're a racist. You heard
Well,
it.
I've never seen it. So clearly, I'm a different kind of racist.
No, you just don't hang out in racist circles, Kymmi.
That's
That's
what
all
it
that
is.
means.
Yeah.
I'm an individual racist. I'm a Virgo, damn it.
Maybe that's on me, actually.
Yeah, you're different. You're different.
Yeah, you're racist toward individual people, not
Right.
entire
Yeah,
groups.
not entire. Like, yeah, it's just like you. Fucking commie.
Do you still do like hair and makeup and stuff?
Not really. No. Now I'm doing a little bit of. I exhaust myself. Yeah. I have a salon.
Oh wow.
Where I do like body contouring. I'm not too bad. I'm not too shabby. You know, like I've gained some weight, but I'm still keeping it tight. Please.
You look good.
Everybody. Thank you. But I done got thick. So I had my house on the market last year, and I couldn't cook. So I had to eat fast food, and I gained 30 pounds over the summer. So you get a certain age and you gain 30 pounds. You're going to see how hard it is to get it off. But I I've been trying to get back. I shouldn't be drinking beer, but who turns down a free beer? I want to know. Like, something's wrong with you.
I wouldn't even worry about it.
No, I'm not. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it because.
Do you just have one daughter, or you got?
I have 2 daughters.
Oh wow!
I have 2 daughters.
So you already won the game. You know?
I already won the game. My man absolutely adores every annoying fat roll on my body. Like, I'm not doing too bad. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
one thing that's hard to relate to as a man, though. It's like, yeah, I want to be clean, and I don't want to look like, I don't want people to turn their head because I look crazy or something, but I really don't care that much.
I know. You don't. You
I
can't.
do.
You do? Oh, yeah. Trent cares about his looks a bit clearly.
I mean, I care, but.
Yeah, but I'm going for the head turn.
You're going for what?
The head
No,
turn.
I'm getting the people to see me in the street and they're like, ooh.
No,
Because you
want
remember that guy.
No, that's a fact. That is a fact.
Even like my hair like bothers people. It's kind of annoying. Like, I didn't think like anybody was gonna care that I had long hair that I tie up. I only tie it up out of laziness, and like it gets annoying and it gets hot. That's why I tie it up. Or when I'm eating something and it's like hanging into my food or drink or whatever, I tie it up and people. It's surprising how many people are like, oh, man bun this or ponytail that. I'm like, why do you care?
Because people are bothered, period. Yeah. And that's a them problem, not a you problem. And when I learned how people love to project their insecurities is when I really stopped. Even though I may talk about, okay, like I gained some weight, but at the end of the day, that's a me thing. Like, I would never project that onto someone else, but people are out here seriously hurting, you know, and hurt people are never going to project a love sensation on anybody. Like, they're just going to try to pick you apart and make you feel bad about shit. And and that's another reason why I'm okay with being a loner, because that energy is so toxic and I'm an empath, so I absorb that, you know, like I just, if I'm around people and they're just too negative for too long, my energy starts plummeting. Yeah. So like to me, your hair is fucking amazing. Okay, you're a fucking rock star. I love your hair. It's like fucking, you look like a god, bitch. Okay, so fuck them. The people are gonna always have something to say, and that's them. They need therapy. Their heads were not shaped as babies. They need fucking help. You know what I mean? They weren't.
Well, you've seen people like just come up to you and make a comment about your looks. I'm like, I would never do that.
Why?
It doesn't even cross my mind.
Exactly. Like, you don't even exist to me because I'm in my own head about my own shit. Yeah. And that's how you know that, again, these people are out here hurting, because I agree. My first primary thing is love most of the time, because I'm happy. Like, who doesn't have problems? But for the most part, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm gonna project some type of happiness. You know what I mean?
I totally agree with that. Like, happy people don't make comments about other people, like, most of the time, unless they're joking or it's cool.
Right. Like a little something, but for the most part, just to tear someone down because your hair. Yeah. Like, what? Yeah. No, your hair, fuck them. Please.
I've even like considered cutting it short again because people just bring it up so often.
Are you serious?
It's so weird. I'm like,
well, if you do cut it, I will buy that shit.
Then we really will be cousins.
Then we'll be cousins for real. They'll be like, Kymmi, where you get that Brazilian from? This is Billy Willig. Excuse you. It's not even Brazilian.
That is funny because my friend who cuts my hair is like a very feminine gay man, and he's like, ooh, man, you know how many girls wish they had these locks, these waves?
Exactly. And let me guess, it's typically ugly people that come up to you and have shit to say about your hair.
It's like old men. Mostly.
Of course, they don't got no fucking fucking hair, Billy.
Yeah, they got no pussy and no hair.
Projection. Because they wish they had fucking hair again, and you're considering cutting it.
I do have a joke about it though, about how old men are jealous that I have more hair than them because money can't buy hair.
Period.
And I may not have a lot of dollars, but I got a billion hairs.
Exactly. And they can't get that. You see what I'm saying? You gonna cut that shit and let them fucking win? You gonna let them have money and you gonna let them win that fucking war?
I'm broke, so I gotta have
exactly.
something.
You better take that fucking ponytail down too. That's what you better do. Let that shit. You better do a Trent. Tell them how to rock that shit.
I was gonna say you're starting to sound like a New York communist to me.
I do have the hair of a New York communist.
Yeah.
But I
we
shower
both
more
do.
often, I think.
Oh, okay. You don't be outside like yelling at people randomly and shit, right?
I've been known to.
Oh, okay. Let's hurry up and wrap
You
this
didn't
shit
know
up.
drinking, Billy.
I didn't know what I was walking into and shit. I'm just like, go to a random address in Marietta. All right. I'm with it.
And then you find out it's the worst street in Marietta.
Those are the people.
I was excited.
I like the people who are just like, yeah, podcast, a random street in Marietta.
Fuck
Let's
it.
do it.
Let's do it. I was
Those are the
excited.
people I like the most.
I'm always with the shits.
How long have you been doing stand-up for?
So I did start in New York, like I said, with the UCB. Where did I go?
University of California,
Center of
Berkeley.
Okay, I don't even know where I went. The Center of Berkeley, great. So I started in 12, but my life was so.
There's a lot of communists at the University of California.
It is. They fucking screamed me all in my face. They were like spitting when they talked. They were screaming.
That's
so
where
much.
they make them, I think.
I was like, you commies can have this shit. I don't find this so funny after all. Drink a lot of coffee and smoke cigarettes. Their breath stink. So yeah, I started in 12, but my life was like fucking crazy and wasn't a lot funny at that point. So I wanted to get my life in order. Yeah. I had to get off of probation and get out of the shelter so I could move to Atlanta and do comedy. And I came here in 2016, and I think now it's probably about 4 consistent years. Like I started comedy out here, but then I had a fire, I burnt down my apartment. Like it was just, I was like, God damn, you can't do shit. Like,
well, how long you've been doing stand-up's kind of a loaded question, right?
It's always a loaded question.
Because if somebody does stand-up once a week for 4 years, that's very different than somebody like a crazy person who does it like every day for 4 years. Like,
right.
You get more reps in.
Right.
How many times total have you done stand-up?
Yeah, let's that's the real question. How many times, if you can count?
Yeah, if you can count, not long enough.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I can't count.
You said you were living in a shelter. Was that a women's shelter or a homeless shelter?
Yeah, so
if you don't want to talk about that.
Nah, I don't give a fuck. I said it. I don't care.
But it seems like you're doing.
Yeah, I mean that's why I don't mind bringing it up, because at the time I couldn't think about anything else except getting me and my kids up out of that situation. But now, I done bought a house twice. Like, I'm good.
Yeah. It seems like you're very well put together now.
No,
so
I'm fucking a train wreck, but I make it look good. I'm a train wreck. But, I'm not where I was, most importantly. And that's the biggest takeaway from my life that I want anybody to understand. Again, like we just said, you got to start somewhere. You got to start whatever the fuck it is. Like, I just have prided myself on being a woman that's not going to be found where she was left. That's the story. You ain't going to find me where you left me. I'm going to fuck what it is, what you referring to. I'm going to always be fighting for a better situation in whatever it is. So.
Do you hear that noise?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was like, whoo, chow.
Would you say?
I know y'all don't wear. I'm hot.
We're trying.
I know.
We sacrificed the background noise for the AC.
I figured that. So I was like, I'm just gonna chill. But
so would you say your kids was what made you want to get out of there and do something different, or was there something else that really changed?
So it was definitely a combination, because my kids are starting to see the vision more so, but my kids were like, bitch, you need to get a job and get married and live a real traditional
It's
life.
hard to understand the comedy grind, because it's like, okay, you're going out all these nights, but you're not really getting paid, or you're getting paid $20-$40 for a spot. It's like,
what are you
doing? Like,
and then they're like looking at me, they're like, you're so pretty and men like you and you don't like them. You're wasting your life. Like, even my kids I'm like, damn, you just want your mother to be a slut? I did that already. It didn't get us anywhere. Got us in a domestic violence shelter, damn it. These niggas ain't shit.
But no, it takes a lot of courage to get out of a situation like that. And it's something that a lot of people are still stuck in. So, because of very different situations, or the kids, or you don't want, or money, or separation, or just fear.
Absolutely.
Even, so.
Well, it's all of those, and then I can honestly say in New York City, it's like a trap going into that, because they'll help you get out, but it's not really help. It's like, if you do this, we'll give you this, but like it doesn't equal out. You know what I mean? And then it's like, well, you gotta work, but you can't leave your kids. And it's like, well,
I've heard that. It's a vicious cycle.
It's horrible.
Where you get assistance if you don't have a job, but once you get a job, you're not making enough at the job to support the family, and then you go right back into the circle.
Exactly.
And I've heard that. I come from a very privileged background, but I
need y'all to donate some money to the cause.
The listeners can. Like I said, I'm broke. I'm on my own now.
Kymmi, you said you've bought 2 houses. Billy rents and I live here, so you're doing better than both of us now. You're crushing it.
You guys are white. What the fuck are you doing with your privilege?
Failing miserably with it.
Listen, I don't know what to tell y'all. If I was white, I would have bought 5 fucking houses. Shit.
We're white men, though.
That's even better. What do you mean?
We got stripped of white privilege a while back. I don't know when.
Because y'all won't get fucking haircuts if you cut your hair.
Once your hair's over 12 inches long, you lose the privilege card.
Like, oh, you guys don't know. You guys don't want to get a job.
Like, and take the suit and tie off.
Exactly.
And go move into a duplex in Marietta.
Exactly. That's what it is. They're like, go back. Go over there in that sketchy block in Marietta and figure it out with your podcast studio.
Here's a communist group flyer.
Go paste them in payphones.
Go crazy. No, but yeah, it is hard. I definitely understand that, but I think if you could change it, if you could fix it, what do you think would be the solution?
Change what exactly?
The trap of government assistance.
Oh. So it's so rooted, honestly. Poverty and crime go hand in hand.
Right.
And now where we're at is like, you know, and I hate to blame music because I love music so much, but I am of an age and mindset that I can distinguish entertainment from actual real life.
Yeah.
But I feel like these kids cannot.
Yeah.
Plus they're all on drugs.
Yeah.
So
The music's
the
a
drug,
big part of that too.
it is. It's a soundtrack. You know, like I grew up again with a love soundtrack. You know, I'm damn near 50. So, you know, I grew up with glam and love and, you know, like I grew up in family reunions, quite honestly. So I have a connection to people that right now it's all about fuck niggas, fuck bitches, and fuck these kids, which is super unfortunate because nobody's connected to anything. So therefore, you look to the government and you look to electronics, you know, for comfort, for assistance. Like, you go down your timeline now, not so much mine, but like everybody's fucking toys.
Yeah.
It's like all sex toys.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
y'all don't have sex with people no
Very
more.
strange.
It's so fucking weird. Like, it's just getting people's minds ready.
Yeah,
to,
no,
like,
not since the auto blow came out.
Okay, see, like, again, what the fuck
No,
did I
no,
sign
no,
up for?
No. You can't judge the auto blow because I'm mad because I went to Kroger.
Sir, you just had a baby. Do you really want to do this? Like, he's like, I'm gonna try to save your relationship before you go any further.
I went to Kroger and they have vibrators at the pharmacy section. And I'm saying people judge you if you buy the auto blower, right? But you can buy a vibrator at Kroger? That's not fair.
First of all, what the fuck is the auto blower?
You ever heard of the Fleshlight?
No.
It's like a rubber vagina you can buy. And the auto blower is
Are we
like,
gonna pull this on?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
how's that different than a vibrator?
It's not different.
We need to end the stigma, y'all.
It's more uncomfortable
It's
to
not-
look at.
It's so weird. It's like, it is.
I don't like the concept of that because I'm scared that it's gonna like rip it off.
Oh no, you're gonna enjoy that.
Nah,
rip.
look at that. They got an adjustable clamp there so you can set it to your size.
Oh yeah, they've
There's like a
tested
little
that.
wing
People
nut there.
have
Yeah.
sacrificed their balls
I wonder
already
if
for
you
that.
could-
By the way, this is the 2.0. I've
think
been
you could-
following this thing for years.
It looks like you could maybe 3D print one of those.
I don't know the pneumatic.
You're obsessed with this 3D printing shit. He's like, I feel like we could generic
You
this
need to
shit
get-
right in the other room. No,
I mean,
No.
you
I
just
was-
need a
I was
pneumatic
asking-
cylinder.
I was asking the
Yeah.
group about 3D printing earlier because
yeah.
my friend gave me a good idea. I'm gonna make some soap, some bar soap, and it's
Okay.
gonna say Billy Podcast, and that's gonna be a merch item.
I love it. I love it. So, are we supposed to wash our ass with it for real? For real?
Yeah, then you'll think of me and my podcast every time you wash your ass.
I'm going to use it to only wash my balls.
I'll make one that says like balls only.
Well, you should make it in the shape of the auto blower, evidently, since this is a fucking popular item.
That's a good merch idea. Billy
is it?
Podcast
It would be
auto
pretty
blowers.
expensive. Like they're cheaper than you think they should be, but
The auto blower?
But I'm
Yeah.
saying we can go down
Yeah,
to Ace
let's-
Hardware and we can make one of these bad boys.
Sir, you can
yeah.
go
So
down.
do you want the AI one, the one that has AI blowjobs?
What's the AI
Save
one
your
do?
poor tired wrist. Is that what it said?
It
Is
sure
that how it's
does.
advertising it?
It sure
Because you
does.
motherfuckers are so overworking
Look,
your wrist already.
$200.
200. That's too much. Joe Rogan was
Comes with a mouth sleeve.
advertising.
Yo.
Mouth sleeve.
Downloadable blowjobs, voice control, and more.
Wow.
This is so.
Okay, but do you have a boyfriend or a husband or anything?
I have a boyfriend. and
This would save you so much time. With
That
him.
would never save me time. That would never save me
If
time.
you got a headache or you're not in the
I
mood,
would never get a headache because my nigga is going. No, he gonna get me.
this is what I
He
mean.
ain't
though.
getting no machine.
You got to clean it too.
There's a stigma.
You can't forget about cleaning it, Billy. That counts
That's
towards
true.
the time.
That is true. Yeah, you do have to.
Your
clean
poor tired wrist has to clean it. What? Oh my
Well,
god!
It's not
The
a poor tired
trauma.
wrist now.
Yeah.
Now it's not tired. Now it has all the energy you could need to clean it.
This is. I want to add an additional sleeve. You could check the box. See how much an additional sleeve. I want to see how much. $49.95. Oh! Select an orifice? Is that a butthole orifice? Oh my God.
Oh, you can change the
you
skin.
can you can change
tone?
the skin tone. Yeah.
Oh man, but they don't have Asian on there.
No, there's only 2. There are only
So-
2 races according to AutoBlow.
Oh, this is so bad.
This is great
mouth.
podcasting.
This is.
So, okay. Just-
Wait, why is the butt polka dot? Why is it my shirt? I don't like.
no,
oh
this is
my
the
God.
this is the vagina.
No, but what?
The
Oh,
butt
the
is
va-
just a tube.
Oh,
Yeah.
the vagina was polka dot.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
vagina has like the ribs inside, I guess.
You guess? I need you to know for sure.
Well, I don't own one of
This
these.
was my next question.
Guys, there's a discrete storage case too.
Oh my God.
Oh, you
'Cause
can
you
get
wanna
the
carry it
VR
around
headset.
with
There's a
Ew.
VR headset.
That's the phone headset, though.
Yeah.
Those are trash.
These things, I mean, I'm pretty.
Powder?
I might add this to the cart. Nah, I'll put it on Keegan's account.
Uses AI to replicate real blowjob techniques. This is so sick.
Why is this?
Yeah, you're right. It's pretty sick.
Look.
It's
20
pretty-
minutes later, this is the sickest shit I've ever seen,
Yeah,
Kymmi.
it's pretty dope.
This is horrible.
Yeah, it's sick, as in like fucking tight, yo.
This is, y'all are fucking horrible.
But they sell vibrators at every store in the world. And this is the same concept.
I like how he didn't shut it down.
That
he
was
just
my whole
closed
point.
the window.
He just opened a new window. It's like,
He's like, we're coming back to this when Kymmi gets her fucking prudent ass out of here.
he already clicked.
Yeah.
No, I
already
keep
clicked
everything.
add an
I keep
extra sleeve.
everything.
Yeah, he's like, I'm committed to this purchase. I'm not.
No,
just
I still
gonna-
have this up too. I keep everything up.
He clicked add an extra
I'm
sleeve.
fucking
His
with
poor
you.
tired wrist doesn't want to go all the way back to the tab and do it all over again.
This is so fucking bad. That's hilarious.
I don't even know how we got on this.
I said it, and then Kymmi was like, "What
Oh,
the fuck is
yeah, you're
that?"
right.
Yeah, my mind is like blown. I've never heard of an auto blower.
The Fleshlight brand, you can get like actual models of the outside of a porn star's vagina. Though it looks just like it. They like do the plaster mold and everything. But this one you got to do it yourself. It's not the auto blow.
Oh my God.
This is like the first one, like or like the name brand that everybody knows. Yeah.
Wait, the stamina training unit.
Oh, I guess if you're like a premature see, there's Riley Reid.
Wait, Riley Reid, go back up. Let me see. Oh, wow.
See, now you're thinking about it.
No, I'm definitely not thinking about it, but I just like the way that they're able to sell their coochie without necessarily selling their coochie.
Yeah, but you're all right. Like, I feel like these days there's a lot of like OnlyFans girls and stuff. Now I don't want to see that personally. No offense to anyone who does.
I didn't know that they did male fleshlights now. I didn't know that must be new.
Is it the butthole? Is that what it is?
It looks like it. Sure looks like.
How many different buttholes can there be?
There's so many. There's 3 pages worth.
I mean, but this is a way to.
Oh look,
not
there's
be a
female
hoe.
toys. There's female toys now. They're really.
Well, some females have dicks.
So you really want to do that right now? Like
What I said was politically correct.
Scientifically though.
But I also think,
yeah, like that's where politics and science.
in a way, I
How
think
much time we got? 'Cause I'm not about to do this shit with you.
in a way, I
Doesn't.
think that science and politics they don't go hand in hand. I think that OnlyFans is a good thing because before OnlyFans, the only way these girls were making money was some dude owns a production company and then pays them to perform a sex act with another person, and you hear horror stories about the pornography industry all the time that women are abused or they're forced to do things they don't want to do, and I think OnlyFans kind of gives them that autonomy of now I'm in charge and your money goes directly to me instead
Right.
of the production company. But I think it puts a lot of pressure on young girls of like, if you're struggling and you don't have a lot of money now, I'm going to get online and sell some ass, like kind of feels like one of the...
That's not pressure. That's fucking options.
Yeah.
That's options. And I feel like it's just... It's okay. You know, like, while I do feel like we're super over-sexualized, I definitely clap my hands for women being able to take control of that sexuality at the same time, because they were being pimped.
Yeah.
You know, I look at a lot of these girls in every industry, and I can't wait for comedy to actually catch up. Like, I feel like comedy is in the dark ages when it comes to this, but every industry, women are dominating.
Yeah.
Every industry, like sex, music, acting, like these chicks are not letting men tell them what the fuck to do, how to do it, how to get a bag. They are going out and figuring it out and really being bosses.
Yeah. It used to be, right, like the Beatles come to town and all the girls are all excited to go see the Beatles, or Justin Bieber comes to town, all the girls are excited to see Justin Bieber. Now it's Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish.
Right. Beyonce.
Yeah.
Still all the girls excited, though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, because those are the women.
They're the consumer,
Yeah,
though.
women are the consumers. Like, men are not, like, but, you know, it used to be, so men have known that for years, and they use women's sexuality to capitalize off of that. And now, like, and especially like in rap, it's like the women are getting all of this flack for having bullshit ass lyrics, which, yeah, the lyrics are bullshit, but the reality is a lot of men had bullshit lyrics too and got away with it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
the girls are coming with their own bullshit lyrics, selling their own sexuality, and they don't have to give anybody, they're not playing middleman with the bag. They're not getting allotted out a payment. They're taking home the whole bag.
Yeah. And
So,
that's a good thing.
It's
I
a
think.
great thing. You know, although I don't want to hear that bullshit all day, I cannot be mad at the hustle.
At the same time, though, I do feel like now in 2023, the market's a little saturated. And so some of these girls are learning that this self-promo thing ain't so easy.
Oh, it's
as
not.
easy as it looks.
It's not. It really is not. It's not. It's not easy, because it's so, you got to do so much to cut above the noise. And that's where you get these girls really degrading the shit out of themselves,
Yeah.
trying to, you know, be heard and seen.
Yeah. I feel like now saying you're in the top 5% of OnlyFans creators or something is the same thing as saying, I was on this late night show.
Right.
Or I was on this podcast.
Right.
It's
Right.
like nobody
It's a
cares.
fact. Right. It's a fact. You got to do a whole lot. You need to pad your resume some more, sis.
You got to go to the OnlyFans open mic.
Right. Right. You got to go to UCB.
The only mic.
Yeah, the only mic.
The only mic. I love it.
That'd be a good idea, probably. I think it
A
would make a lot of
OnlyFans
money.
mic?
Yeah, like an OnlyFans open mic.
Why
Every
don't you
girl,
guys
A
started.
nude open mic.
it doesn't have to just be girls.
What the fuck?
Not even a comedy open mic. You get 5 minutes to show what you got. Right?
Okay.
And you get on stage.
They're like,
What you got is a room full of homeless people, Billy.
right. They're like, show
It would be just like a
shit.
comedy open mic. It'd be like
Right.
28 men and no women.
With all their fucking penises out, like, and they don't have.
Imagine
the
Mello
autoblow type.
hosting
They're
that
like,
show.
Oh, you here?
Your next OnlyFans model is sexy as hell. You're going to love him.
Oh gosh. Yeah. You gonna love
Shout
him.
out, Mello.
Yo, that was a really good Mellow Black, though. That was really good.
Well, I've been going to his mic for how long? 2-3 years now?
That's so. I cannot do impersonations for anything. I love when people do impersonations, and they're so good.
Your next comic is funny as hell.
Yeah.
I love him, and you will too. But he says that about everybody
Everybody he does.
when he knows,
does.
even the ones he doesn't think
I
are funny.
know,
and that's
he
why you gotta love
does.
him.
And you gotta love him. You got to. I love him, and you will too. Yeah, he really does. That's so funny. The same ass monotone, so you never know if he's bullshitting or not. Yo, you like, does he like me or not? I don't fucking know, because he said it about the other douchebag.
I like Mello as a host though, because he said before, like, he doesn't care if you go up there and bomb the worst you've ever bombed in your life. He's not gonna bump you. He's not gonna like put you later on the list,
Right.
or change your time slot. He's not gonna light you early. He's gonna give you your whole time, no matter how good or bad you are.
Right. I really appreciate Mello, because, you know, just coming to Atlanta not knowing anyone on the comedy scene, you know, he's always been fair with me. You know, and he doesn't fuck around with that list. The list is the list, and, you know, definitely giving women preference, because that's something I've always cried about, like, and I've always lived far. Just having to drive home 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning. I'm like, come on, it's women in here. We got kids, you know, but then you don't want to really say that too much, because it's then like, oh, but you know, do you want to play the female card? But then like, hey, I'll give 5 of you motherfuckers. There's 5, you know, and I've gotten there after being and I'm like, no, please. And he's like, no, bitch, can't help you. You should have got here, you know. So he's super fair. And anybody who asks me for a mic, I'm always like, go to Mello, and Mello will book you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's just.
And
what
if you
want.
show up to McCracken's and you try hard and and you really wrote some jokes and and you gave it what you got, then he'll book you eventually.
Exactly. And you gotta appreciate that, like, with all the politics that go on in this daggone.
Have you ever heard the trope that women aren't funny?
Of course.
I totally disagree with that statement.
I mean, it does. How can women not be funny and people are imitating women to be funny all the time?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. Why are men putting on wigs imitating women if women are not funny?
I think like anyone who says that probably has never been to a comedy show, because you'll see women that just fucking destroy the room. Maybe there's less. I would say maybe there's less women comics.
Right.
But there's some straight killers out there.
I mean, I feel
You're
like,
one of them.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I just feel like there's just as many non-funny male comics.
Yeah. Maybe even more.
Well, yeah, because of the ratio of men to women comics. But I've learned that whoever's, you know, painting the narrative gets the last say, you know. And so if men are saying that, they are really the ones. Like, I don't give a fuck about what people say. I'm just worried about being funny. That's it. Getting on stage. Y'all say women are not funny. Okay, give me a mic. You know.
And I think specifically, black women are one of the funniest demographics of all people on earth. Like, just objectively speaking. I don't know what that comes from. I don't know if you have any insight on why that is, but like, even the ones that aren't comedians sometimes are just like cracking you up from start to finish.
I can definitely agree. I always say, like, my friends are funnier than me. My family members are funnier than me. Yeah. I just think it comes from having a laugh instead of fucking crying. You know, a lot of times it's like, ain't no way to deal with some of this shit except humor. You know, like,
that's one of the things I love the most about comedy is a lot of times you can take your pain and reclaim it as a new joke or a new bit or a new video or whatever.
Right.
It's like things people said to me to insult me in the past have sometimes like hurt my feelings, but then I was able to spin that into a joke
Right.
or say it about myself in a situation and get everybody to laugh. And then I'm like, okay, I won. Like,
Right.
I just won that. Because
Exactly.
now that's mine. We're at about an hour if that's an important call. I was going to wrap up soon anyway.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm actually enjoying myself. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we usually do about an hour, and we're over that, so that means I was having fun, and I really appreciate you coming through and taking the time to sit down with us.
Thank you.
Do you have anything that you want to promote?
So again, I do have my salon suite. I am doing a match your energy sale. You buy something, I'm gonna give you something. I have a party rental business. I have 360 booths and bounce houses.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, because again, comedy don't make no money. Okay? Comedy don't make no money.
But the bounce houses do.
Bounce houses make money. Okay, people, Atlanta loves to party. We partied through the pandemic.
You ever do balloon animals?
So I'm gonna learn how to do those balloon animals next. But if you want to learn how to do the balloon animals and come partner up with me and shit, because no, they ask me for stuff like that. They're like, "Do you balloon animals and face paint?" I'm like, sure.
Yeah,
I can do it. Just
this
send
one's
out
a
deposit.
snake.
Right. And this one's
I'll
a
do face
worm.
I'll do face paint, but I'm only bringing one color, and it's black.
No, I don't know if that's gonna fly at the Sony event, sir. Like, man, your face painter's only doing black faces. The fuck?
It'll fly at the Canadian Parliament.
Yeah, well, the communist ones. I don't know. Y'all trying to sign me up for all
Saturday
types of
Night
shit.
Live.
Yeah. Well, we are communists at the end of the day. Hey, I got a face painter. He's master at what he does. Like,
If you need
He's niche, you might call him.
body sculpting salon, party rental, hit up Kymmi Tea.
Yeah, hit me
We got your
up.
Instagram down there.
you got my Instagram down there. Thank you. I sell all types of shit. I'm a hustler, y'all. I'm from New York. I'm about to cut up some mangoes, get me a little ice cream truck, ride up and down Trent. I was like, this is some New York shit right here. Look at these motherfuckers. They out here hustling.
No, they barbecue every day. I have never been over here
So
where they were
often.
not having
Are
a
you
barbecue.
serious?
They're barbecuing.
We're not invited, obviously.
No.
You fuck you up. Let's go out there. We invited because they was like,
Wait, are they barbecuing
going
now?
over to Trent house? How the fuck she know Trent? It's like, Trent's my table.
But yeah, thank you for coming through.
Absolutely, man. Thank
Always
you
a pleasure
so much,
to see
cousin.
you.
Likewise. Thank y'all. Y'all doing amazing shit in here. This is so dope.
Hell yeah.
I'm so proud of y'all. This is really amazing. Like,
Peace,
this is a
y'all.